Where when you go into a nursery or you go to a garden center, they'll have different size containers. So if you look at this pot or container, this one is a 5-gallon size. Okay? There are 15 which are bigger, and sometimes you'll find some that are much smaller. So, and in this container, what do we have inside the container here? If I pull this out of the container, I'm going to try to do it without breaking the root ball part. I'm making this a slight mess. What do we have? Huh? Okay, that would be the part that you would call a root ball, or it would be your roots, wouldn't it? And what do your roots do?
Keep the tree in the ground.
Okay, it makes sure that it grows in the grass or grows in the ground. But the roots also do what? What kind of nourishment does it pick up for the tree? Okay, first of all, it picks up some water, doesn't it? Okay, and these trees all need water to continue growing in the best way they can. It also does one other thing in terms of picking up something through the roots. What is it? Yes? Okay, well, sunlight is more toward the top of the tree, but it does relate to sunlight in a way. Okay, yes? Okay, good answer. But the trees also pick up fertilizer. Okay, fertilizer or other nutrients from the soil. Water is an important part of it, and it picks up the nitrogen and phosphorus and other elements from the soil. And I won't go into that other than to say that just like us taking vitamin pills, right? You know, some of us take vitamin pills in the morning to help us grow. Well, so do trees. And then by putting fertilizer in the planting hole, when we plant the tree, that helps the tree get a good start and grow strong and big and faster. Okay, so beyond that, so the roots are always growing in what we call a soil. This isn't dirt. Okay. When it's used in a media to grow trees or plants, it's called soil. It's only dirt when it falls off into the floor like it did right now. Okay. Beyond that, let's talk about the other parts of the tree. What is this part here? Okay, leaves, okay? But leaves make up another part of the tree. Yeah, it makes up what we refer to as, you know, as the canopy or the overall structure of the tree. So if you look at the leaves, and there's different types of leaves too. There's simple and there's compound and there's different shapes and different sizes, as you see here on this particular slide. Also, what would this part of the tree be? Okay, it's a good answer. It starts out of the stem. Somebody said stem. Okay, it starts out of the stem, but it becomes a trunk, doesn't it? Okay. And this is the part of the tree that will grow in size. It'll get taller, it'll get wider, and many times it has special features, you know, such as a bark that has a flaky or irregular coloring habits. It's one that will give it a very personal look, you know, to the trees. One other thing about the tree, when we plant the tree, and maybe the generation breeding students could help me. Okay? When you plant the tree, we put it in the ground, but we have to dig a hole, right? And do you recall from your discussion in class what size or how big a hole you might dig? Usually, okay, let me help you with it. Usually when you dig a hole in the ground, out on the lawn or on campus here, you would try to dig the hole 2 times as big as a football. Okay, so if it's 1 shoe length wide, then you would try to do it to dig it 2 shoe length wide. And also at the same time, as far as the depth, okay, the depth would be about the size of the ball. Usually when you plant the tree, you try to leave it either at ground level or just slightly okay? Because you don't want to plant your tree too deep, because then the tree might drown with too much water.